along. I'd love to talk to you about being on our team.
Your turn, honey.
Okay.
She knows she got deep.
Nice, isn't it?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Film Vault, where today we're counting down 20 insane facts about the 2002 classic Blue Crush. Behind the massive waves and sun-soaked beaches is a story that's packed full of surprising secrets. From real-life injuries caught on camera to professional surfers secretly performing most of the biggest stunts, there's a lot more beneath the surface than most fans realize. Now, let's paddle out and dive right in. Number 20. The story of Blue Crush begins with an article by Susan Orlean called Life's Swell. Written for Outside Magazine in 1998, it was about teenage surfer girls in Hawaii. When Orlean first arrived in Maui, she was given a list of local surfer girls to interview, but there was just one problem. None of them on the list actually surfed. The twist could have ended the story there, but a tip led her to a small town far away from the crowds, and that's where she met real teenage surfers like Teresa, Angie, and Lilia. These girls spent almost every moment in the water, living a life that felt carefree, but also deeply connected to the ocean. Hollywood saw something in the story and turned it into Blue Crush. While the magazine article focused on the real lives of these surfer girls and their bond with the sea, the movie added its own twists. Things like the NFL quarterback romance and high-stakes surf competitions were added for drama and excitement.
All right, next time you're paddling.
How about you take a sweet, luscious run right about now?
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. You can go for it, though.
Number 19. Kate Bosworth was only 18 years old and had barely finished high school when she went after the role of Anne Marie in Blue Crush. She walked into the audition as an unknown, but the producers saw potential, telling her that she had to know how to surf, and the role demanded serious commitment, and Kate wasn't about to back down. Instead of waiting to see if she'd get the part, she flew straight to Hawaii and got to work, hiring a surf instructor and training relentlessly while proving that she was more than serious. She pushed her body, gaining 15 pounds of muscle through the tough preparation, and her determination caught the director's eye. It was this fiery dedication and drive that would set her apart from everyone else and earned her the breakout role that would change her career forever. Number 18. The beginning of the movie shows a surfer stumbling out of the ocean with blood dripping from a deep cut above his eye. The shocking moment was not scripted or staged. That was surfer Tom Carroll, a two-time world champion, and the injury was as real as it looked. Only moments before cameras caught him on the beach, he had wiped out hard on the Bonsai Pipeline Reef in Hawaii. His face collided with the reef, slicing it open near his eye. The intense moment was originally filmed for a surf video, but the producer got permission to use it in Blue Crush. The footage had an unexpected impact on the lead actresses. They watched Carroll race up the beach holding his bloody face, and it clearly rattled them. It served as a raw and unscripted reminder of how dangerous the waves and the reefs in Hawaii could be.
Oh, you hit the reef. That's gotta hurt.
Number 17. In the surfing scenes, the cast wasn't just pretending to ride the waves, they were actually out there facing the ocean's raw power. One day during a lesson, Matthew Davis was practicing when he tried to push his board underwater, and suddenly it slipped from his hands and shot up into the air. It came down hard, hitting Kate Bosworth on the head, and the impact was so strong that it knocked her unconscious. Bosworth was then rushed to the nearby hospital for a CAT scan, and luckily there was no lasting damage. The moment was a scary reminder of how dangerous filming could be. She later joked that it was the most method that she'd ever gone for a role, because by the time they wrapped up filming, she fully embraced life as a surf girl. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you never miss any future breakdowns. Number 16. The timing just couldn't have been more surreal for Blue Crush. America was in shock trying to process the devastation of 9/11 while the cast and crew worked on a bright surf movie far away from the chaos and surrounded by the Pacific's calm waves. It seemed almost impossible to reconcile the heavy emotions of the nation with the carefree story they were about to tell. The cast later shared how strange and difficult it was to film at such a tense time, and for many, it was odd to focus on creating something so cheerful while the country was still grieving. On one side, there was the weight of reality, while on the other, the sunny escapist world of surfing. This strange mixture of feelings would stay with everyone as the cameras began rolling, making it a start they would never forget. Number 15. The team that made this movie had a big idea that stood out from the usual. Brian Grazer wanted real surfers to watch the movie and think that it felt real and awesome. This thought influenced everything about how the movie was made. Right from the beginning, every decision was focused on making it feel real, raw, and true to the surfing world. That's why they went all out. Real pro surfers were cast to add credibility, and the scenes were shot on location in the iconic pipeline in Hawaii, a place known for its massive and dangerous waves. Additionally, filmmakers developed a unique way of shooting inside the waves, putting the viewers right in the middle of the action as though they were riding the surf themselves. Number 14. For all the prep the cast went through, the most intense surfing scenes were left to the real pros. Rochelle Ballard, a world title contender, stepped in as a stunt double for Kate Bosworth, while Megan Abubo, another champion surfer, doubled for Michelle Rodriguez. Out of the 3 lead actors, only Sanoa Lake was already an experienced surfer in real life. Filmmakers wanted every moment to be real, which is why the professionals were included in the film. The film also created opportunities for local talent. North Shore native Kala Alexander earned his first major role as an angry local enforcer, and it also helped him to score his SAG card. This breakout moment paved the way for bigger roles in hits like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Hawaii Five-0. Number 13. This film gave Michelle Rodriguez a chance to stay true to her love for speed. Fresh out of a breakout role in The Fast and the Furious, she never shied away from admitting that surfing wasn't her thing. She told the LA Times she didn't know anything about it and just wanted an engine. Though surfing wasn't really her thing, she still managed to make an impact. Instead of riding the waves, her stunt double handled all the tricky surfing scenes, but Rodriguez got her chance to shine with jet ski stunts. She skillfully pulled Kate Bosworth's double into huge waves, combining her love for speed and engines with the action of the movie.
She deserved much better.
Number 12. The next time that you watch Blue Crush, look closely at Anne-Marie's eyes. Sharp-eyed viewers may spot that her eyes are not the same color. It's not a contact lens trick or some fancy editing. Kate Bosworth actually has heterochromia. One of her eyes is a beautiful blue, while the other has a mix of brown or hazel, and it's completely natural and adds a unique touch to her look. What's even more cool is how her eye color seems to change during the film. The lighting in different scenes can make the colors in her unique eyes look slightly different, and it's caught the attention of fans who love spotting the small details. They've noticed these changes while watching closely, but no matter how it looks in the movie, the difference in her eyes is 100% real. It's another awesome fact that makes her a standout on the screen. Number 11. Though the film was inspired by girls who lived in Maui, surprisingly the movie wasn't shot there. The production had moved the action to the North Shore, a place famous for the legendary Bonsai Pipeline, and that's because the North Shore had bigger, scarier, and way more dramatic waves. The massive waves gave the movie an edge, making the surfing scenes feel more intense and thrilling. Filming there also helped the movie team save a lot of money, around $2 million. And while the movie shows the spirit of Hawaii, the real story actually happened on another island. It made the choice much easier for the budget and still gave everyone awesome surf scenes that they see in the movie. Number 10. The pipeline scene is nothing short of wild. Filmmakers had no way to block off the water or stop the surfers from showing up, and on any given day of shooting, there were around 200 of them in the lineup, all fighting for the same waves. Director John Stockwell had to come up with a solution, and it seemed almost unbelievable. The only way to give Kate her moment on the waves was to pay the local surfers to step aside. They even had local water patrol enforcers on standby, making sure that every surfer respected the rules and backed off when it was Kate's turn. If anyone dared to drop in on her wave, they were quickly reminded why they shouldn't. It was intense, but it worked, and it gave everyone some of the coolest surfing shots in the movie.
Watch out, swing girls win, yeah!
Number 9. Before he became known as a talented director of action-packed, youth-focused films, he built his career in front of the camera as an actor. John Stockwell played memorable roles in some of the most iconic films of the 80s. Fans of Top Gun may remember him as the pilot Cougar, and Stephen King fans recognize him from the eerie classic Christine. When it came time to direct Blue Crush, he brought a unique perspective to the set. Having once been in the shoes of the actors, he understood the challenges of performing and used that experience to guide his young, relatively inexperienced cast. His background as an actor allowed him to bring an authentic and energetic vibe to the film. Known for making movies set in sunny, adventurous worlds, Blue Crush became one of his standout projects. Number 8. Screenwriter Lizzie Weiss had quite an adventure while working on Blue Crush. It was her first feature film and she wanted to get it right. After a couple of drafts, the director had an idea to send her straight to Hawaii so she could capture the real vibe of the story. She ended up hanging out with the surfers who had inspired the article, and things got exciting when she stayed up all night, partying and learning everything she could about their way of life. That trip would be her breakthrough, and she later said that she really got to know them. Those late-night hangouts became the core of the script, and from the way the surfers talked to their laid-back, unfiltered slang, she brought it all back and poured it into the characters.
We gotta get it done. It's just the way it is.
Sick. No net. Hey,
Help me make the bed, Lena.
ugh. Football players are so nasty.
Number 7. The training scene with Eden towing Anne-Marie's double into a massive wave was supposed to be one of the film's most breathtaking moments because the wave was enormous and the team had set up the perfect shot. But just as it reached its peak, Michelle Rodriguez glanced directly into the camera, and that tiny mistake completely ruined what the filmmakers thought was a masterpiece. Rodriguez later laughed about it all, saying that it was like a mountain crashing behind her and she just couldn't do it. She couldn't resist looking back at the giant wave that seemed ready to swallow her up. The director's team wasn't happy about it. They were frustrated knowing that such an amazing shot had been ruined, but really, who could blame her? It's not hard to react when you're staring straight at the power of nature.
This is it right there.
Number 6. The ending of the film was not decided right away. Writers had argued back and forth about how it should all play out. Should Anne-Marie win the contest or lose? Or should something even more shocking happen, like her dying in the big wave? It could have gone any number of ways, and the simple path would have been to hand her victory and follow the typical Hollywood recipe. The director and writer didn't want that because they wanted something fresh and real. So instead, they chose an ending that would stand out. Anne-Marie does not win the competition and doesn't take home the trophy, but she does conquer her deepest fear. Riding that perfect wave becomes the ultimate victory in the end. It earns her a magazine cover and sponsorship deal with Billabong, and for an amateur surfer, it felt more believable. Beating a seasoned professional would have not been realistic. Number 5. The movie was mostly full of skilled surfers and fresh faces, which kept the story grounded in the surfing world. But there's a surprising twist. Amongst the waves and boards is a recognizable face, comedian Faison Love. You might know him from movies like Elf or Couples Retreat. His role in Blue Crush is a small but memorable one, where he plays a pro football player named Leslie that crosses paths with the girls at the luxurious resort. His appearance brings a fun shift to the film, adding a dash of laughter and familiarity in an otherwise surf-heavy cast. While the film focuses largely on surf culture and lesser-known talent, he gives the resort and tourist side of the story a familiar and comedic touch. His charming presence makes sure that fans never forget the fun mixture of characters that make the movie so unique.
You're wearing nut hugger.
Some might call them that. I call them nut containers. You gonna teach me how to surf?
Number 4. Professional surfers stepped in to tackle the massive waves and brought their real talent to the screen. To make it look like the actors were pulling off one of the most daring moves, filmmakers used face replacement technology. They digitally added Kate Bosworth's face to her surfing double, creating the illusion of seamless surfing moments. If you pay close attention, especially during the big scenes like the barrel ride where Anne-Marie emerges with her arm raised, you may notice something surprising. For a fraction of a second, you can spot the surfing stand-in's face instead of Bosworth's. It's a blink and you miss it detail, but one that eagle-eyed viewers and reviewers have caught. Moments like these reveal the cracks in the clever editing. Even with top-tier effects, the reality of surfing stunts shines through.
Oh, she makes it!
Number 3. The film's music has an awesome backstory. The original score was created by Paul Haslinger, a former member of the electronic group Tangerine Dream. From 1986 to 1991, he had worked with the band, recording albums and touring across the globe. Then, he decided to go solo and build up a new legacy in the world of screen music. He became a prolific composer, scoring big projects like the Underworld films and the series Halt and Catch Fire, and even the final installment of the Resident Evil franchise. He also brought his distinct electronic style to Blue Crush, creating a score that perfectly fits the energetic vibe. His music adds to the adrenaline-pumping scenes and makes you feel the rush of the waves. Combined with the soundtrack's other needle drops, the score gives the film a fresh and modern sound. Number 2. In 2011, Universal released a sequel, but it's not what you'd expect. It was not the typical sequel that continues the story or brings back familiar faces, but instead it introduces completely new characters and took on the story of an entirely different direction. The connection to the original was only in the title. Fans of the first film would be surprised to find no signs of Hawaii's stunning waves or the heart-pounding competitions. This time, it's in South Africa and follows a young woman on a personal mission. She heads to Jeffreys Bay, one of the best surfing spots in the world, and tries to follow in her late mother's footsteps by visiting places that her mom loved. It has the same name and surfing vibe, but a completely different adventure. Number 1. Even though the movie got mixed reviews at first, it became a major milestone for female surfers. The movie was about showing the world that women's surfing was a serious sport. At a time when female athletes often weren't taken seriously, Blue Crush changed the game. It landed on almost every list of the best surf films and shone a light on women following their dreams. The legacy didn't fade, though. By October of 2017, NBC had announced they were working on a new television series that was based on the movie. The show was supposed to bring the same energy and focus on women chasing big dreams on the North Shore, with Brian Grazer back on board. But despite the buzz, it never got made. More than 2 decades later, and the 2002 original remains the ultimate version of the story. Now be sure to smash that like button because I know you love this video, and don't forget to subscribe so that you know every time we make another video like this. If you've got any recommendations, be sure to share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.